Name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad. Dear second intermediate students, today inshallah we are going to complete in Unit 3. Today we are going to talk about conversation time, as you can see here. Conversation. The dialogue here is between two guys, as you can see here, between Rose and David. Rose asked David, "What does your father do?" What does your father do, David? He's asking about his father's job. What does your father do, David? He told him, my dad's a pilot. My dad's a pilot. He flies those huge airplanes, you know, the ones that can carry over 500 passengers. He's telling him about his father's job. He told him his father is a pilot, and he flies a huge planes that can carry over than 500 passengers. Rose expressed, "Wow, that's cool. Wow, that's cool." David said, "Yeah, I want to be a pilot just like my dad. I want to be a pilot just like my dad." He wants to be a pilot as his father is a pilot. He wants to be like him, a pilot. So he returned to ask Rose, "What about your father? What does he do?" He asking him about his father's job. Rose told him he is a writer. His father is a writer. He writes for a sports magazine. He is a writer and he writes for a sports magazine. David asked him, "Do you want to be a writer too?" As David wants to be a pilot like his father. He comes to ask Rose, "Do you want to be like your father, a writer like him?" But Rose said, "No, I wanted to be a chemistry teacher. Chemistry teacher. I love doing experiments and I like teaching kids." He doesn't like or he doesn't want to be like his father, a writer. He wants to be a chemistry teacher because he loves experiments and he like teaching for kids. That's the dialogue between Rose and David, which was talking about their father's jobs and what does each one of them want to be, if he wants to be like his father or not. Here, he's asking you to end the dialogue with your idea. Do you think the best ending for this dialogue and the expression for David? He would like to say, "Yeah, teaching is an interesting job," or "those students can make you proud," or "the good side is that you got a lot of vacations." Which one is suitable, do you think, from the conversation and David's answers? Do you think the best one, number one, "Yeah, teaching is an interesting job"? "Those students can make you proud." "The good side is that you got lots of vacations." Or you can add your own idea. If you doesn't like any ideas from these that supported before, you can choose your own idea and write it here. On the same page, there are some questions about the conversation. Here, some questions about the conversation. Okay, about the conversation. Question number one. What does David's father do? Do you remember? What does David's father do? If you remember here, as he said before, he's what? He's a pilot. Yeah, David's father is a pilot. Excellent. Question number two. What does David want to be? What does David wants to be? Look here. What did he say? He said, "I wanted to be a pilot just like my dad." He wants to be a pilot just like his dad. He wants to be a pilot. Okay. Question number three. What does Rose's dad do? What does Rose's dad do? What's his job? What's his profession? Yeah, he said here, His father is what? He's a writer. Yeah, he said before his father is a writer. Okay, question number 4. What does Rose want to be and why? What does he want to be and why? Let's look here. He said he want to be what? Yeah, he wanted to be a chemistry teacher. Why? Because he loves doing experiments and he likes teaching for kids. These are the answers for these questions. Okay, here your turn. Asks you to discuss what you can discuss. Discuss in groups with your friends. Where do the members of your family work? Where does your father work? Your mother work? Your brother work? And what do they do? And what's their jobs? What's your father's job and your mother's and your brother's? What do they think about their jobs? Each one of them has his own idea and his own thoughts about his job. Does he like his job or not? You can write all the things about your family's job and their thoughts about their job. Thank you for your listening and wait for the next class.